Hi, I'm Alex. I'm a videographer. Mainly, I work with agencies who book me for specific events, and I like the job itself. Um, I like the job itself, but it's very stressful sometimes, and it's very depending on my person. It's very dependent on my physical health and motivation. And from time to time I just struggle, and for the future I want to get away from my own dependence on my body, and have more time for myself, because right now it's like um, it's when I go on holidays or when I'm sick, I just don't earn money. And this is a not very good state of mind, or it's not very good in general. So I want to develop, and I want to, yeah, restructure my business. The challenge that I was experiencing was especially a lack of time. So I felt like I'm like running in a hamster wheel. um, I just felt it is necessary to take the next step, um, and to create a business. And again, so I in general I do my I enjoy my work, but I know it's not a sustainable way of living, and I kind of was fearing to do some new stuff, or I was, how do you say, mm, what can I say? Yeah, and so I know I had to change my work-life balance, and I had to change my life, and but I didn't know really how to do it. So, and I thought, since you came as well as from the video industry, you kind of know how um, video productions work. I thought this would be a great opportunity to take the next step, to just start something new and a more sustainable life for me. So um, I got to know I got to know a lot of new tools. I got to know a lot of new systems, and as well new mindsets. So I was kind of stuck in my own work. I was stuck in my own belief systems, and I think working with you created some new space, some new headspace, and thinking outside of the box. And yeah, just, I don't know, when you're stuck in your own rituals, you kind of get lost to it. But when you're confronted with um, different ideas, so it can be a possibility that someone else takes over your work, or it can be a possibility that um, someone else sells your product or whatever. And yeah, this is, so every meeting we had was like a new idea popping up, and just um, you know uh, pulled some holes in the box that I made myself. It's I think the process is not fully done so far, but the first steps are made, and I think that's very important. Still, there's a lot of things to do. Well, I do have my first employee. He's very young, but motivated to do some things. And so there was as well a nice experience I had, because I wasn't expecting too much from his work, because he's still a pupil. He goes to school. I mean, he's eager to do video production, and that's fine, even though he's not even he just wants to do work. So uh, but so I didn't expect a lot. It was supposed to me to I was supposed to be just having a new experiences. But then at one point he came into my office, and I gave him a task. Well, I myself had to go for a photo shoot, and then the shooting was done, And like after that, before I thought, okay, I should go right away to my office to start working again. But then uh, a thought came into my mind which said, actually, somebody's working there already on the project that I want to do. So I still can take time for myself. So I went to a coffee house and had some calls and was doing other stuff while knowing that somebody else was working on that project, and that helps a lot actually. So I mean, he was doing a good job. He was doing his tasks and all is fine, but the more important thing that I experienced was that I got some time for myself and was able to think about something else than editing videos. I knew at some point um, I have to have employees, but for me, the first thought was to not only have the employee, but the responsibility. So the other thought that I didn't consider before, which was a surprise, is okay, it's actually helpful. So not only having the burden of and responsibility for an employee, but as well to have more freedom for yourself, for myself. So this was something I didn't consider, and was definitely kind of a surprise. I will tell him that first of all, uh, the systems that you're using, the thoughts that you're using, and as well the presentations are super logical, easy to understand, and and helpful. So if you want to take the next step, what you should definitely consider is having a new chapter begins, and it takes time. For myself, at some point, I was kind of it was a bit too fast, maybe, and too straightforward. So at some points, I couldn't keep up with the velocity. But on the other hand, you have to do it uh, in a proper pacing or time. And still, there is all the material on demand, all the sheets, all the documents and videos and thoughts. So, yeah, what else can I say? Maybe additionally, I think it's super helpful that you really have a lot of experience in the video sector, um, in video productions. I think it's still a developing market, and there's a lot of new potential coming up. So yeah, as a videographer, I know how fast you can get to the point where you are an one-stop shop, and you just do everything for a customer. But at some point, you just get overwhelmed with the different tasks and different things. So I can recommend it to videographers, especially that soon enough you should like create your systematized product that you can scale.